How's it going, my brothers and sisters of the internet? It's good to see you guys again, as it always is. If you're new to the channel, well then hello. My name's Ian, and I'm here to help you evolve your mind, your body, and your spirit. And if you're returning to the channel, it's nice to have you back. So first off, I have to say that it's been an eventful 72 hours. This video might be coming out a little late, so I apologize for that. But don't worry, it's not in vain. So not only have I been just trying to work, but at the same time, I've been doing some healing, some physical healing, some internal, energetic, and emotional clearing. And this is one thing that I've realized about semen retention. This is actually going to blow a lot of people's minds, because most people, and myself included, thought that on semen retention, you have to do this so that you could clear out your old energy, so that you could fully heal. I'm not saying that you can't. Now, I'm not saying that you can't heal from just semen retention alone. But one of the reasons why I believe that you are bound to fail over and over again on semen retention, you're going to have a lot of things in your subconscious thoughts that you're going to have, and you're not going to be totally aware of them. When these things stay hidden and you can't shine a light on them because you can't even see them, or you don't even know that they're there in the first place, you won't be able to spot it. You won't be able to clear it up. Semen retention can do so much. It could do so many things. I always list the benefits. I always list the benefits of how it's always good for you to eat well, work out, do semen retention, because those things come in a bundle and it makes your life sprout. Now, semen retention is fire. That shit is awesome. Don't get me wrong. It changed my life, and as well as an overall dopamine detox. But I need people to understand that you will always fail semen retention, or you will have a hard time on semen retention if you do not become aware of these hidden traumas, these hidden things in your subconscious that need to be. What I'm saying is that the more that you clear up your subconscious mind, you free it up, you start to have room in your nervous system. You start to do that rewiring. Now, you could do things like plant medicine, take things like mushroom cordyceps and Amanita muscaria. But one that I really want to talk about today is this method called NET, I believe, or N. And I'm going to put this in the captions or the subtitles that it needs to be corrected, something like that. I'm going to make sure that I give you the right information regardless. Now, basically what happens is that a chiropractor trained in a different method of chiropractic care will pretty much grab a part of your body, like your arm, and he'll feel the muscle, and based off of feeling the muscle of that body part and you being able to lift it up and down, he will be able to see what parts of your intestines are actually affected, which parts are actually holding energetic blockage and your emotions that have been stuck there for a long time. He'll be asking you questions. He or she will be asking you questions about your past, how old you were at a certain age when you're doing this and that. This person is gonna grab a part of your body, most likely your arm. He'll be able to check parts of the muscle, and based off of just that part, he'll be able to figure out if you have traumas and blockages around money, love, overall abundance, health, whatever it may be. He'll be able to check if you have these issues just off of that. And based on the movements that your body's giving him, he'll be able to ask you these questions like, what happened during this time? Or has there ever been a time where you felt like someone in your family has put you down and made you feel a certain way? And the reason why he'd ask that question is because maybe something was brought up earlier about your low self-esteem, and he was able to actually figure that out. He was able to actually figure that out by touching a certain part of your muscle. And for me, he was touching this part. And every time he noticed that like my arm would drop, he'd be able to figure out that that was the right answer once I answered. Now, if it was stable and it was staying up, that means that it wasn't that. So basically what is happening here is that there is a correlation with your emotions and your body. And every time there's like something going on, and in this case, my arm was dropping. Throughout this whole session, I got to learn a lot about myself and why I do the things that I do, or how I came to be with like certain thoughts that I have and these certain beliefs. In the beginning, how this would actually go down is he checks a certain spot, or he asks you about a certain spot in your body that's in pain. Let's say I say my right shoulder. He'll tap the right shoulder, he'll check it, he'll hold my arm out, he'll start pinpointing the certain muscles that are attached to my shoulder, and then he'll start pressing them. And then he's able to identify whether it's love, money, happiness, etc., that you're having issues with within your whole entire life. And then he starts asking you questions based off of your childhood up until now. And when he's pressing those muscles and you're answering the questions, let's say your arm is to drop, like if he asks what happened in your childhood, or what happened when you were like about 5 years old that you could remember that made you feel a certain way, or made you feel like you didn't have enough, or even when you're 6 years old, you know, and you answer something like, my parents only gave me a few coloring books, or like an action figure a year, or my grandparents or my parents, they never gave me any gifts for Christmas, but I had to see all my friends get Christmas gifts after Christmas vacation. Something like that. And let's say that your arms drop, right? Then that's how he was able to identify that that's where that source of pain was coming from, or that emotion, that trapped and stagnant emotion was there, you know, and it helps clear it out of that spot. And he'll give you some type of mantra like, I'm happy with how things are now. And these things, or these words that I'm saying right now, may seem very empty, or they seem like some typical mantras. But in that moment in time, when he actually pinpoints your issue, or your hidden trauma, or your hidden like wounds, when he pinpoints it, bro, it's freaking crazy, because those don't become empty mantras anymore. They actually have meaning, you know, they have depth and they have meaning to it. So the moment that you say that, he's helping you clear it out. He actually helps you empower yourself. Essentially, he's not really doing as much as you think. Like, he's guiding you, just like any other coach that coaches you, bro. They don't do practically anything to you. You know, they're practically just guiding you to do everything for yourself. That's what they're doing, bro. That's literally what they do. I'm not saying that they do nothing, you know, don't take me so literally. But the saying goes, only you can truly do anything for yourself, you know? Like, coaches literally just guide you. That's all they do. Coaches literally just guide you, and they point you in the right direction. It's not exactly directly towards what you have to do, you know? Like, you're the one who takes the action, not them. Like, they take a certain action that helps you move, but you're the one who decides to move. I don't want to disclose my family members or like the things that I've gone through in my past entirely, you know? Like, I still want to have some things that are private. I will just say that I was able to clear out quite a bit of things. I was able to clear out a lot of stagnant energy that doesn't need to be there. What was amazing to me was after, I felt like my body was like shaking, you know? Like, I was shaking, and I was just like processing all those emotions. And not only that, but like the area that I pointed at after, it was so much lighter. And I was even able to take things that usually would bug me with a stride, bro. Like, one of the benefits from all of that was that you will just naturally feel lighter, you know? Your aches and pains that you have in that affected area that you point out, it won't be there really. It's actually gonna go away. And remember, this is an actual chiropractor, so he even said that the reason why people that get adjustments, chiropractic adjustments, they don't always hold their adjustment, is because they still have this trapped emotion and energy that's like underneath, you know? When you're cracking bones, bro, and you're putting shit into place, that's all physical. That's all physical stuff. and it's okay. Like, that is what it is. And you can release emotions that way, especially when it's a deep ass crack. Like, I've seen girls cry after getting an adjustment, and they get this major relief, and they're crying, and like they're thinking about all these things about their past. And even guys do it too, you know? I remember even there's times where I've gotten major adjustment sessions, and then like a few weeks later, maybe like a week and a half later, I'm in my bathroom, bro, and like I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm like, where is this coming from, bro? And then I'm thinking about like these past events. So, adjustments alone can actually help you release traumas. But the thing is that they weren't pinpointed to do just that. They're really just meant for you to put your body back into place. This is the practice that allows you to bring things up and shine a light on it and make sure that you see it, you're aware of it, and this is your chance to clear it out. I know that I'm yapping about all this stuff about like this healing modality and clearing up all this trauma and all that stuff. The reason why I'm bringing this all up is because people have tendencies to cope, and we like to distract ourselves from pain. You know, like it's human nature to avoid pain and go towards pleasure. That's why we do things like masturbate or drink alcohol. Again, masturbate, drink alcohol, watch adult content, you know, do drugs, go party, have sex. Like, when you abuse those things, it's obvious that you're trying to hide from something. It's obvious that you're trying to distract yourself from pain, you know, from stress. We're only human. I can't blame people. I don't blame myself. I don't blame anyone else. I think this will really help people out. If you try to discover and bring up those hidden emotions that you have, it'll be a lot easier. You know, like you won't actually be in a state of resistance, because trying to get into a dopamine detox type of thing is actually fucking hard, dude. And that's kind of the reason why like NoFap is so hard, because you're literally going against the fucking waves. You're literally resisting so much. You're making your nervous system more fucked up than it already was, and your adrenals more revved than they need to be. All because you have this hidden stuff, this hidden blockages. Now, you don't have to go to one of these guys, you don't have to go to one of these chiropractic NED, NET healers that I'm talking about. You really don't have to. I would say you should go at some point in your life, or I highly recommend it, but you don't have to. You could literally like write on a piece of paper all the times that you feel like you were hurt and all the times that you hurt somebody. You could literally meditate on that and eventually just burn the paper, bro. Like, seriously. You transfer that thought, those emotions, that energy onto the piece of paper. You meditate on them. You let them go. You say what you gotta say, you know? And that's it. You give yourself some positive affirmations, and you give yourself some releasing affirmations. Take that paper, burn it up, throw it away. This specific method actually pinpoints the fact that your body has an emotional connection tied to it. So it looks at the body, and then it sees what emotions and what events are tied to that body part being in pain. To sum it all up, guys, like, I think that if you're not looking for the emotional causes or the root causes of your distress, basically your internal traumas and your like wounds, if you don't like really bring up most of it or a good amount of it to the surface, and you're trying to rely on semen retention and all these other things to make you feel better or heal you, you're not totally wrong. Like, I think it'll hella help, you know? And it's very much a good place to start. Find your wounds and heal them. Find those old memories and all that baggage, and literally just look at them, accept them, acknowledge them, and let them go, bro. For real. Whether you get someone to help you out with that, or you do it yourself, or you do your best to do it yourself, that's all you gotta do, bro. it'll be easier to be on retention. It'll be easier to do all the things you want. It'll be easier to manifest and attract the things that you want in your life. You know, it won't be hard. I'm not saying it's going to come all of a sudden, like overnight, but it won't be as hard as you expect it to be. Things will actually go so smooth. Tonight's actually the full moon. It's called a blue moon, or like a sturgeon moon, something like that. It's kind of like shifting people into awareness and a new footing. And I'd like to get into that, but that's not really what I'm here for. Hi guys, remember that semen retention is only one form. You could literally be a bum. You could literally have no money. You literally could be a sad person and still be on semen retention. So long as you don't clear up that baggage that you got within yourself. So long as you don't pinpoint those things that you need to acknowledge, accept, but let go of at the same time. And it's almost like I have like a new sense of awareness. It's easier for me to make a sure option. You know, I'm more in control with my own decisions. It's not this like weird edgy feeling that I have in the background. I'm literally just present in my body, you know, and things are not in pain. Like my nervous system feels a lot better. My mind just feels a lot better, you know. And I will say it doesn't feel like how it is on semen retention, you know. Semen retention to me felt like I had so much energy, I had so much of this strength and gusto and this masculine presence, this masculine force, like just driving through my veins and just ready to attack and destroy, like my that was just ready to attack and destroy and, like, you know, achieve my goals, just conquer whatever it was that I needed to conquer. But this is just totally different, bro. This feels like I am the one that is like creating the things in my reality. It might even just be the fact that my nervous system is like literally calm and I'm not trying to resist anything. Because on semen retention, you're out here trying to resist, bro. You're trying to force yourself to like stop. You're trying to go against this wave. Your adrenaline is being revved, you know? But this whole time you had this other problem and you were just like and you were just looking for dopamine for ways to cope, you know? Like you're doing the dopamine activities to cope. But the problem was that you had this inner baggage that needs to be cleared out. Shit's crazy, bro. It's like a cycle of like pain and release, or pain and like addiction, and then there's a release, you know? If you could find a way to release it, if you find that problem, you pinpoint it and you let it go. So with that being said, y'all, I feel like I yapped enough today. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and ring the bell so you know when I'm going to be posting in videos just like this. And don't forget to comment down below telling me where you guys are from, because I always enjoy hearing from you guys. And until next time, much love. Peace out.